I wake up like excited without the pressure. I wake up and I think, okay, great. What is today going to bring? What do I find meaning? How can I find meaning in today? And to be able to go to work and have a knowing, have that faith that everything's working for me, that today I just want to give it my all and learn and become the best person I can be, and then let go and just allow it to come. It's like you can feel my energy is lighter, whereas before it was so heavy.
Yeah.
And it's more fun to be me. I know it's more fun to be around me.
So, hello and welcome everybody to this interview with our amazing client, Kelly. How are you, Kelly?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm amazing. Thank you for asking. And you have had amazing success in our coaching so far. And so I'm really, really grateful that you're open to share this with everybody else today. And also, sharing your results and how you did it. So some people that are watching right now can also learn from you and maybe implement some of the nuggets into their life. So that's awesome. I'm excited you're here. Maybe to kick us off, just introduce yourself, tell a little bit about who you are and what you do.
Yeah. So my name is Kelly. I live on the beautiful island of Maui. I work in sales full time, but I am also married and have two little ones, a 4-year-old and a 1-year-old. So pretty full and dynamic life.
That's yeah, Kelly has, two kids, and so she's that high achiever that also has kids, and all of these things are important to understand when you see you want to do it all, and at the same time, there were some things that you wanted to, really work on together. So maybe tell us a little bit about when you came to me, what was your stress level before, we started working together?
Yeah, I think as a high achiever, unfortunately, there's a tendency to put a lot of pressure on myself. And I know that that's counterproductive to any type of success in your life. So the first time we coached together, I was feeling just a tremendous amount of pressure just internally on myself. And then we coached together. I had great results. And then I had another baby and I had a 6-month maternity leave. And then I found myself going back into pressure mode and feeling just a little scattered. And I knew my life had changed and it was time for more support again. And that's when I reached out to you because um, I know that, again, you're not going to get the results you want by putting so much pressure on yourself.
Yeah, that pressure, it creates a lot of stress. And a lot of high achievers, I work with, they have that, they bring that pressure. I wanna succeed, I have to succeed. And it isn't actually in our way. So let's look at, what do you think was the main thing that was holding you back, the main problem when you decided to coach with me?
I think sometimes it's just taking that first initial step of saying, I need like the next level,
Right. Hmm.
and taking that step, and just committing to it, finding time in your schedule, parting with your money, but as soon as I made the decision, it was like I could already feel pressure dissipate.
Yeah. So it's that big pressure, the stress, and you made the decision to change that, which we'll get into how that actually transformed. It's amazing how it actually transferred in such a short amount of time. So tell me before a little bit about tell us how was this problem of this pressure and stress really impacting, your well-being, your relationships, and also your performance at work, your career.
Yeah, so everything is connected. So the pressure I put on myself at work, then I would carry it home, and then and it affected how I show up as a mommy, as a wife. And so I really reached out to you for support in my career. Although the happier that I get in my work life obviously translates into more happiness in my marriage as a mommy. So, but I liked that I could reach out to you and say, let's just focus it right now, career based. But I mean, one of the things that I do love about your style of coaching is if if something's coming in that's like, hey, we need to address this about your relationship or about your well-being, or that is one of the main reasons that I really like your style of coaching, because you have the whole facet of all the tools in your tool belt that can help me. So I do really appreciate that about your style.
Awesome. Yeah, there were a couple things that, and it's really all connected, right? For everybody that's watching, when we're working on one thing, it's all connected. Really, that it's about who we are, and when we work on who we are and the way you show up in life, it affects all areas. So when we work on stress and pressure, it really, it translates and it has a positive ripple effect. So, when you came to me first, what was the biggest maybe concern or fears in terms of reaching out for help and actually signing up for coaching?
Um, I think, if you've never, I had invested in myself before financially, in terms of other programs and other content. So I know that money is just really energy, and that where you put energy is where you put focus, and good things happen. But I mean, I had to get really excited about making that financial investment in myself,
Right.
and also just the timing, when you already feel like you have a full plate. It's like, okay, but we have to um sacrifice to make that time. Um and then, in the back of your mind, you might think like, is it worth it? Am I going to get the results I want? And that's just, I mean, I've done enough development to know that that's don't listen to that voice. But, those are normal. I would imagine those are normal things most people would think about.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So when we are starting to actually ask for help, there can be a fear sometimes, but at the same time, you're somebody that knows that it's always been in self-development, and you knew you wanted to make that leap, you wanted to take that step. So I'm glad you did. And what are maybe some the 3 things that have you have learned that in our time so far in coaching that have made the biggest impact for you so far, that has transformed you the most?
I would say one is to always focus on my state. That's something that you can read about, you can intellectually understand. But when somebody is listening to you, and you just bring it right back to, hold on, what's your state right now, Kelly? What, so um it's funny, it's so simple, but it's incredibly profound. And I find myself, if I'm in a funk or I'm reacting to something, I take a moment and I go, wait, hold on, I don't need to feel that way. And in fact, if I continue feeling that way, that's going to just lead to, not the results I want. So I definitely stay, the coaching you've given me on state is massive. And the way you coach on it is not just telling me, it's the exercises you have me go through, it's the
Yeah,
action that you have me
yeah.
do after the coaching call, that produces amazing results. um I'd
So
also say,
managing your emotions, for everybody's watching, she's talking about managing your emotions, managing your mindset. Yeah, that's a big one, right? Because that translates right away into managing also pressure. You can actually change that. You can manage your stress state in the moment.
yeah, so I would definitely say managing my mindset, managing my emotions, having tools to help me, always stay aligned with my higher self.
Yes.
Um, I also think another thing that's really helped me is I love the different modalities that you allow me that you give me to use.
Yes.
So it's not just, okay, get out a pen and paper and we're gonna, write this out. Maybe it's a meditation, maybe it's a breathing exercise, maybe it's going over the
Yeah.
success cycle, maybe it's, intention setting. So for me, having you there just to pull out of your tool belt what it is that I need, that's been huge. Because even though maybe those resources are available to me, that's not what I do all day every day. So I
Yeah.
like having a professional say, this is what you need. Um,
100%. The
yeah,
one thing that you mentioned, I think last week as well, was that you really went back and you gained that conviction, right? That conviction in your product, and that certainty that then translates, into sales. That's something that I wanted to mention. You sent me that on the email yesterday.
oh, that's like number 3 for sure. Let's just put that on the top 3, is to remind me, I mean, in anything in life, but particularly in sales, that let's just go back to the foundation of where's your conviction? Where's your
100%.
belief?
Yes.
Where are you falling in love with what you do? And when you are, you're going to be successful.
Yes. Yeah. Awesome. And I love how you moved from, the pressure into then actually, can you tell us a little bit more about into moving back into how you feel now in your work, experiencing more of that fun and excitement again?
Yeah. So I think when we get into the coaching calls, sometimes I will still say, Lisa, I'm feeling anxious. I'm feeling, and then, you're like, well, let's, I love how you're like, well, what do you really need out of this coaching call? What is it? What is the focus? I can be maybe scattered, and then you're able to say, okay, what is it that you need right now?
Yeah.
And when we're able to go back to, conviction, mindset, managing emotions, it takes the pressure off.
Yes.
It's like we're not having a conversation about pressure and anxiety and stress. The conversation moves to, okay, um how can we feel good now?
Exactly.
What are things that we can do to what are where can we put our focus so that we feel good? And when you feel good, and shift your mind to, how can I serve others? How can I serve myself? How can I show up in my highest best self? The pressure dissipates and goes away because your focus isn't on the pressure, your focus is on serving.
That focuses on serving, exactly. So that's amazing. That brings me to my next question. What are maybe the tangible results that you've seen, implementing these learnings and from our coaching, that have really impacted you the most, in your life, in your career, and your well-being?
Well, I am much more joyful. I do have a lot of sales success at work. So it is nice to see that evidence.
Yeah.
Um, and I find that, I rewrite the story about that I tell myself. Whether I make a sale, whether I don't make a sale, there's a new meaning to it. And that's called, and when you have a higher meaning than just, did I make a sale, did I not make a sale, then you find true fulfillment,
Yes.
because you're really working on yourself to become the best person that you can be. And so the tangible results are that I can just come back to my notes, my action steps. I can, live those principles, do those action steps, and then when you are happier and you are getting sales success, you're a happier wife, you're a better mommy. So it all, it just makes for a happier life, you know?
Yeah, yeah. So many things. So you moved from that pressure into having fun again at work, translated in your career. And also a couple other things I wrote down. When you said, how did that, for example, affect, your energy levels during the day?
Right. So lots more energy, you're up here. You're not here. I remember when we first coached together, I would tell you like I'm driving home from work and I'm just so exhausted. And I think you said 15 minutes of meditation is equivalent to an hour of sleep.
Yeah.
So you're saying, Kelly, when you pull into your driveway, take 10 minutes, do a meditation. You'll then walk in and be the best mom and wife that you can be.
Yeah, before you go back to bring that energy to your loved ones. Exactly. So that's amazing. So my energy, and then we also talked about, removing that stress, having more sales, and also how did it affect all of that, your daily kind of mindset that you bring, to work, to just like your mindset every day. How did that shift?
Yeah, I think I wake up like excited without the pressure. I wake up and I think, okay, great. What is today going to bring? What do I find meaning? How can I find meaning in today? And to be able to go to work and have a knowing, have that faith that everything's working for me, that today I just want to give it my all and learn and become the best person I can be and then let go and just allow it to come. It's like you can feel my energy is lighter, whereas before it was so heavy.
Yeah.
And it's more fun to be me. I know it's more fun to be around me.
Yeah. Yeah. So you're feeling lighter, you have more energy. That's amazing. Who would you recommend, my coaching program to, and why?
I definitely recommend it to anybody who is feeling internal pressure, whether somebody works in sales or a stay-at-home mom, that pressure to succeed, that pressure to perform. Um, I think men, women, I think you do a really great job with women. I'm a woman, and I think that you can connect with us.
Yeah.
Um, but I think anybody who wants help directing their focus and elevating their energy and finding a higher meaning than what the pressure is that we put on ourselves. I think that anybody who wants to take their life to the next level can get so much out of coaching with you.
Thank you for sharing that. Yeah. And what would you maybe tell somebody who, is scared, someone that's interested in coaching, but is scared to invest in themselves to, hire a coach for the first time?
Yes, that's a good question. That's a really good question. Listen, you can't do it alone. I mean, you can do it alone, but it's going to be a longer road. And, money is just energy, So I think it's pretty massive when you say, I want to take this energy and invest it in myself. And if, you know, you're going to be more productive. I mean,
Yeah.
that's just a given. I mean, the amount of money that I've invested with you is nothing compared to what I've earned monetarily and emotionally. But I think that's a normal thing. But I think the question you have to ask yourself is what's more expensive, the pain of regret and the pressure you put on yourself, or some money that you invest,
Right.
you know,
Right.
with coaching?
100%. Yeah. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah. I know a lot of people have that fear at the first time investing in a coach. So that's definitely, I think, important to hear from you. So I also want to say thank you for, sharing all of these successes with us today. I'm so excited for everything you've achieved so far, and that you're open to share with us what you have achieved and your insights. And for everybody else who is watching right now, if you want help to break free from stress, you want help to release that pressure and be more present in your life and have more energy, then you can below this video, I'll put a link to schedule a 45-minute breakthrough call with me, and we can get on a call together and look at creating a vision. What is that stress-free life that I really want? Get really clear on that, getting clear on the obstacles that are getting in the way, and we're going to go deep and create a 3-step action plan for you. So you can book that now below the link. Click the link to schedule our call. And for you, Callie, thank you again for sharing with us all of your amazing insights and successes and that you had in coaching so far. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, can I just add one thing?
Yes, sure.
I just want to say thank you to you because I really was feeling scattered and so much pressure, and I look back and think, if I hadn't reached out to you, what would that have looked like? And I'm just so grateful that you were available, and that when we do coach, you are so present and so invested in my success, and I just want to say thank you because it's a big deal for myself and my family. So thank you.
You're very welcome, Callie. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye,
Okay.
everybody else. Bye.